Drawing 104 Village by Florian, Beigel and Christou is for a small public building in the last remaining shanty town outside Seoul, South Korea. It remains unbuilt. I wanted to take the project a step further so that it might be built by locals with or without government permission. Their drawing shows a small plan of a site or ground floor. The proposed building is in hard pencil. The existing streets and buildings are in lighter pencil. Arrows show access around and into the project. The elevation or section is of a building 2 levels. Ground floor has large, heavy walls or columns, and the first floor has lighter walls or columns supporting a roof. There are 2 figures shown, one standing outside and one seated inside. There seems to be a tree at a higher level than the building with steps access. My first sketch was of the ground floor, the heavy walls and the column framing a space. I added large timber beams spanning across the walls on single column. On top of that, I placed heavy planks as flooring. I used tall timber poles built into the masonry at ground level and extending up. Poles frame the first floor and support the roof. I wanted the drawing to inform me how I might build the model, but also to be used by locals in the construction of the final building. It's a simple drawing without dimensions, materials or text. There's no barriers, language, cultural. For the model I used used materials from around my studio. In the same way, the final builders will build the building from recycled found materials. The building is intended as a demonstration of how to build within the community. To the front of the building there's a formal square and a formal elevation. At the back of the building there's a smaller courtyard overlooked by the tree. There's a balance between nature, the tree and the building, between the public, the courtyard and the more intimate space behind the building, between the ground floor and the first floor, between the timber and the masonry. The building will be viewed from different areas around the site, from its streets and alleyways, but also from the valley below and the hill above. The space between the building and the bank and the tree is celebrated. It's a place for the fruit and leaves to fall. It's a place for light and air so that the tree can grow. At the beginning of each new year, it's a quiet space. For a person or nature. The building is built with a basic modular system of 225 millimeters. It's a public project with basic, simple ideas. Ideas that can be easily understood by locals and builders. Ideas that might inform and inspire future buildings in the village.